Welcome to the channel. Let's talk about this 24 scale build and the reason for it. So about a month and a half ago, 2 months, I was asked if I wanted to join in on a 24 scale comp. It was going to be a couple of series. It was going to be 2 series, turned into 3. So the first series was box stock. You pick whatever Scx24 you want and run it box stock and see how it does. And I believe there was 7 or 8 of us that met out at Bear's Den in Mount Weather, Virginia at the Overlook. And it was a cold day, but we had a good time. And to be expected, these trucks performed like stock 24s. So after that, it was determined that we were going to spend $100 and outfit these trucks. So you had a $100 build limit. That being said, you could spend more than $100, but the parts that you put onto the truck itself were the $100.
Sometimes I feel like I fuck up more when I watch people because someone tells me what to do.
That walked up at.
See if we can clear gate 2. Nobody has yet. Nice.
Does this count as a hard body?
That's a great question.
Feels pretty,
I mean, it's
it's
not.
lighter than my Lexan. Then no.
You have no interior. Maybe if there was an interior.
How much these guys were going to cheese, huh? You're like, I'll 3D print some parts. These guys are like, I'll 3D print a truck. Progress.
Well, without further ado, if you guys want to see what $100 of parts on this thing does, let's go over it. All right. So first off, we'll start with the body. Body is a Jeep body, found it online. It's out there, it's free, and I printed all of this in ABS. So all my 3D printed stuff is in ABS. The body, I believe it was a lot bigger than what it is on here. So I shrunk it down and narrowed it to where my track width and wheelbase made it look legit, as you can see. Wheels, I got brass wheels up front. I also have extra 8 grams of lead tape in all 4 wheels. Real wheels, they're printed, 3D printed wheels. I did have to modify the internal ring to where the bead would sit a little bit better. There we go. Up front, Emax servo, budget servo. Worked great for the comp. I'm not sure if I'm going to change it out for the next one or not, but we'll go from there. Stock axle, front and rear. The front has 4mm CVD axle shafts on there. Got rid of the dog bones. The rear axles, they're the same. Ran the stock C10 links, front and rear. The rear, I heated up and gave them that high clearance look. That's why it looks so crazy. Also on the rear, I did a 3D printed diff skid with that angled lip. So what I did for the skid and the slider up here was, after printing it in ABS, I didn't like how rigid it was because the lines were going this way and also this way on this one. So what I did was I took a soldering iron and I melted the plastic. Melted it as smooth as possible, and then I went back and I hit it with some really fine sandpaper to smooth it out. That's why you can kind of see it's shiny a little bit. It seemed to work. Seemed to slide real easy. And yeah, that's not going to change for the next comp. Next is chassis. Chassis is a 24 Yep spec chassis. Slightly modified for my build, and it worked out really good. Whoever designed the chassis, I'm not sure if it was 24 Yep or if one of his buddies designed it and, you know, gave him the file for free printing, but it's awesome. Slide over to his channel, check it out. 24 Yep. If you're into RCs or in 24 scale stuff, I'm sure you've heard of him. He's a good dude. Stock motor and trans, ESC. I decased the ESC. I think I cut off like 5 grams and just made it more user-friendly for positioning. On the body, you can see it's hinged right there. I made that in Tinkercad, put the holes in there, and then literally like plastic welded that on there. The front's held down by Velcro because to get that scale look, I didn't want anything poking through the hood, but magnets weren't cutting it, and it wasn't staying down when rolling over during testing phase. Endura Mavericks. Wow. Endura Mavericks. They are a really good tire. I was kind of skeptical about it because Key City dust is bad. Like, not bad. It's Key City dust. If you've ever comped there, if ever gone to crawl, it's everywhere. You know, they try to keep the rocks clean, but you know, you got rocks that are sitting on dirt. If you've never been to Key City, you need to slide down there and check it out. It's a great time. Absolute great time. But vented the front tires. I put two nice holes in them. Like 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. The rear, I did not, but the 3D printed wheels in the back are vented, and I figured that little extra of stiffness for the air to get out would help out in some climbs. Other than that, I mean, she is what she is, and she worked out pretty great. I got first place, and second place was about 100 points away. So we do modified Sorka for this, and it was a great time. So that's what this was my trophy. Thanks to Fidget Fred. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out. He's on YouTube. So hope you enjoy it, and we will be back with another $100 going into this and see what we can get.
Whatever you want.
Get the hook here. You got to get your left side hook on that one. Oh my goodness! What am I doing?
Feeder drop now. I feel like I have more body. You gotta get him on the feeder rig. Got 430 left. Progress 5. Reverse. It's your second reverse. So, good job. Oh, not including the projector. Progress.